Okay, let's go smoke that joint.
What up, everybody? What is going down? We got a live draft. Oh, yeah. We are in just finishing up round 8 here. Yes, sir. Shout out to the crew. Shout out to Crispy. If you ain't first, you're last. Let's go. Daniel Barry, what up? Marco from the future. What up? What up? We're going to have Jamie said he's going to come through, talk about the picks and the strategies here. How you guys liking your teams? I don't even know who's up in here yet. Let's see. We got so MN Digger's in here. We're through 8 rounds. He's got 3 QBs. Let's see how the QBs shape out. That's usually what changes the draft here and how people draft, just depending on how the QBs go. If they go super early. What up, Moni? And so he has 3 QBs. We're through the 9 round for some people. Darren has 3 QBs. Hollywood has 3 QBs. Crispy has 3 QBs. Looks like Rob has 2. Wolverines has 2. Boondocks has 2. Toyota 1 has 2. Song has 2. So really there's 4 teams that have 3 QBs, the first 4 picks, and that's it. Let's see how it all shapes out, though. Looks like in the first round, we had 5 QBs picked, but then only 1 QB picked in the second round. And then, then 3 and 4 the next couple rounds after that. What up, TJ? What's going down, bro? Nick Von B in the house. What up, what up? Shout out to Mike. What up, bro? It's talked about how it's you and 3 others who got the 3 QBs already. The first 4 spots in the draft have 3 QBs each. The rest have 2 each. And it seems like we're getting down to, to where there's pretty much almost no starters left. All right. And for those who didn't see, I talked about going to Connecticut and New York and doing a podcast, and that podcast dropped. So if you guys want to check it out, it's let me see, how long is it? Yeah, it's about an hour and a half of my life story. Felt like I left a bunch of stuff out, but not going to be the last pod I ever do. Wolverines just autoed. Hope that was an accident. I don't see his green dot anymore. Yeah, Marco, you the man. Said watch you live yesterday and rewatched it yesterday. Awesome, dude. Yeah, that was from January. Man, it's crazy how many episodes this guy has. I think he drops like 5 episodes a week, but I know he records way more than 5. So yeah, it took like 3 months for the episode to drop. But yeah, finally dropped. Damn, look at Travis Kelce, 9th round. I've still yet to get Travis Kelce in any of these drafts, where I get him in the 8th or the 9th round or whatever. Most of the time, it's like he goes like just right before I was going to take him. A couple times even gone like literally the pick right in front of me in like the 9th round. Bullshit. Crispy said, funny thing is, I didn't know your dad was a plumber. Funny, right? Yeah, and not you, my real dad. But yeah, just like Dusty Rhodes, son of a plumber, baby. Hey, Arbello, what up, bro? What's going down? Dude, you got perfect timing. We are getting ready to smoke.
You got perfect timing. About to start a little puff give in this motherfucker.
Yeah. Man, Crispy, it's so crazy. I heard in like 3 years, maybe it was like 5 years, that the plumbers, like there's going to be so little plumbers that like depending on where you are, if you're in an actual big city, you could have to wait like weeks and weeks before you get help. It seems like a lot of nobody wants to be a plumber anymore. But man, what if plumbers are like end up getting able to write their own ticket because like there's nobody there and you just got to pay whatever this person says because nobody else is around. Arbella says, I laid the pipe every night. Hey, yo. Where is it? Or wait, maybe that's an evil Chucky laugh. All right. And shout out to Big Game Jamie. Hold up. I got to change this screen around and make mine a little bit smaller so we can see you here. There we go. All right. What up?
I just came into like laughing. What was all that? I was like, what?
Well, that was Chucky, but someone, Arbello, we were talking about plumbers, and Arbello, he says, yeah, I lay the pipe every night. And I gave him one of these. And I was like, maybe that deserves an evil Chucky laugh.
Oh, yeah. What's up, peeps? Who's all up on the live stream right now?
Let's see. So Arbello, TJ, Crispy, Marco,
Crispy,
Mike, Moni, he's in the draft with us. Daniel Barry's up in here. Matthew Barry's alter ego. He's way cooler. What TJ say? He said trades in general not as flooded with workers as they've been in the past. With what? And TJ said, "Why is Jamie invisible?" Yeah, Jamie, you're coming in and out of that green screen.
Yeah, because okay, so you don't need to see me. Who the fuck needs to look at this ugly ass mug? Would you rather look at these fucking nice ass titties right there? Come on now.
So TJ, let me know. What are you talking about with the trades? And Mike said a big trade just went down to number 30. Let's go.
Oh, it's a dynasty? I love dynasty trades. I'm a dynasty guy. What's the trade?
Let me see. Okay, this trade is side A, Devontae Adams, Jonathan Taylor, Jalen Hurts, and Rashee Rice for Neighbors, Puka, and Milton.
Wait, what? Wait, Adams.
So here, let me reorder the players in order of importance.
Does it say Jalen Hurts?
Side A, yeah, Hurts, Jonathan Taylor, Devontae Adams, Rashee Rice.
Oh, Rice too. God damn.
And then side B, Neighbors, Puka, and Milton.
Ooh. Man, Neighbors and Puka together though, that's sexy. But what are you really giving up?
I mean,
is this a super flex?
Yeah, super flex.
All right, well, super flex is obviously the Hurts side. You can't not say the Hurts side wins by a lot because you have Hurts, Rice, Taylor.
Yeah, I mean, Hurts, I feel like is the highest valued player in this trade.
Yeah.
But then from there,
you're getting four people.
Puka and Neighbors are they're both the 2 and 3.
Six,
highest.
I would say I would say they're top 6 wide receiver value. But if it was single quarterback, I could see this trade being kind of even.
What up, Toyota One? Yeah. Hey, shout out to Toker One. What up, bro?
Well, shit. I would even say that Neighbors, Puka side, and single is worth a lot higher, where you need to add a first round pick to the other side.
Well, yeah, because Hertz would almost be like non-existent over
Yeah.
there in the single QB.
But in Superflex, you need to add like almost two, like at least a first and a second with Neighbors and Puka. Like Puka, Neighbors, and a first.
Yeah,
might be closer. I think
guess
you need to add like two firsts or like a first and a second.
I guess there's a lot of question marks still around Rice, but yeah, I mean, I feel like I'd never make a trade like this because it's kind of even still, even though, Hertz is the best player in this deal and Puka and Neighbors are like the next best, players out of everybody. I just wouldn't make a trade like this because it seems like you're winning and losing, and I don't know who the dude has where he could give up Hertz. Like I don't know what that did to his quarterbacks.
Yeah, that's true that.
But
if he needs a quarterback, I would love to have Hertz in a super flex with Rashee Rice. I still think of him as like a top 15, top 16 wide receiver.
I get the potential's there, yeah.
If he wasn't injured last year, he would be in my top 12 right now.
Well, yeah, I mean that's the thing though, is like we've seen just because we know it probably was gonna happen, we still didn't see it happen and shit. I mean,
but then you got Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor has RB1 upside. We've seen it in his rookie year.
Yeah.
Right now, I have him at RB6, I believe, in Dynasty.
Okay.
And Devontae Adams, like obviously he's lower in Dynasty, but he can help you in a win now team if you're getting Taylor, Hurts. Obviously, Adams is going to be a win now piece where you can go from worst to first with this trade.
Yeah, and TJ said, I feel like someone overpaid for Puka and Neighbors. I feel like that too. I mean, in a vacuum, it seems like that. If this dude has like 5 quarterbacks and Hurts just happened to be one of them, even though he was his best, like maybe it's a good deal. But I also feel like people like to do that is like when they feel like they're really stacked at a position, for whatever reason, they'll trade the best player that they have, saying that they're so stacked. And then like, I don't know. I've never really understood that. And you kind of like sell that player cheaper than what their actual value is.
And they won't be stacked because they just lost their best player.
Right.
And they got like three nickels for a freaking quarter. It's like, now your team's shit. Why would you do that?
Yeah. And I'm not saying that person did that. I just know that I mean, there's a bunch of people who, they pay for the advice and they're asking me trade questions and stuff. And I feel like even if people don't take my advice on like trades that I tell them that they should make, even if people paid me just to stop them from making bad trades, that's worth it. Because I know I've stopped so many people from making like emotional trades. And I'm like, no, just don't do that. I was like, I'm not saying you shouldn't trade, but you got to rework that. Like, that's not helping you.
So I had someone earlier in my DMs. Yeah. Hey, anybody listening right now, if you ever want to DM me, go to Facebook, find me at Jamie Perogue. Just DM me, man. I'll answer you every time. But he DM'd me a question on a trade. It was in a super flex, 12 team super flex. He was like, I'm going to get Lamb and Breece Hall, but I'm giving up Burrow into 103. And I'm like, are you fucking stupid? Like, what are you doing? Like, I said, like, you would need Lamb into 103 just to consider shipping off Burrow alone. But, like, he's giving up Burrow into 103 for Lamb, Hall, and a 2027 first. I'm like, that doesn't add up, dude.
I feel like there's a lot of people who are either underestimating Burrow or like just trying to sell him off for cheap or just kind of sleeping on him in general.
I would love that because he's in my top 4 dynasty quarterbacks, 5 at the lowest. Like I have him higher than Patrick Mahomes, and people were looking at Patrick Mahomes as the number 1 overall quarterback, 2 years ago, right?
Yeah, and I mean that was for a couple years in a row for sure. Yeah,
and then Burrow's on his way up, where he's going to be looked at as a top 4 consensus quarterback, hands down.
And to me, I got him number 2, right behind Josh Allen.
Yeah, that's awesome. Like I might take Lamar over him in a dynasty.
What the hell? Marco said, what the fuck? Henry Ruggs is the number 2 player trending up on Sleeper.
Yeah,
What?
because they just came yesterday or 2 days ago.
Got released
that-
or something?
No. He only has 1 year left to spend in jail. But think about it, guys. Come on now. Henry Ruggs is if he at the most he gets parole, gets out of jail 1 year from now. So 1 year from now,
He's
we
not
might be
coming
look-
back to the NFL.
1 year from now, we might be looking at him. Oh, wait, he could possibly be a top 70 wide receiver.
No, not even.
No,
That's
not even.
That's even wishful thinking.
He's not going to be nothing.
I don't think he's even. If anything, he would go to the XFL or the
Yes.
fucking USFL, whatever the hell,
or the CFL, or that
yeah, or the
Canadian
CFL,
league.
yeah. Why would NFL's not taking him back? He's like the biggest bust ever, and he's been in prison for vehicular manslaughter. Like
That's bad
literally killed someone.
PR. That is bad PR. No one's gonna take that on.
No,
Who cares if he was a top 10 draft pick?
yeah, it doesn't matter at this point.
No, the only reason he's trending up because the freaking news came out like 2 days ago that he's possibly could be out of prison next year at this time.
Yeah, TJ said gonna get out and tweak his hammy just for trying out for a team. Yeah. Marco said the CFL or maybe the EFL. Yeah, the European Football League, right?
Yeah, I don't even need that dude can get a passport to get over into Europe.
Right? Yeah, he's probably, I mean, there's one of the guys who I went to high school with, he was the number 1 overall draft pick in the MLB, and he got into trouble for drinking and driving and pretty much running over someone and nearly killing him.
Damn.
And his lawyer made it to where he did extra time in prison, but there was like no probation or like parole or anything like that because they knew that he was that much of a fuck up. So I wonder if Henry Ruggs is going to be doing the same thing where he takes extra jail time, but to not go out on parole.
Man. Who knows? He's irrelevant to me. So where are we at in this draft here? What round are we in?
We're in round 12. We just had first bit of IDBs cracking off.
That's it. Wow.
Looks like
All
there's
right.
6 that have gone in this last 12 picks or so. QBs, they went a little earlier today. It seems like little quicker. And damn, I just saw one pick. Song fucking picked Egbuka at the 10-4.
I don't mind that.
It might be the earliest that I've ever seen him get picked.
Wait, hold on. So let me look at my Buka ranking.
Yeah, where do you have him ranked amongst the wide receivers?
So let me ask you, who was picked before him? Was Ayuk before him? Because I've seen it. Yeah, so that's
two rounds.
That's dumb as fuck. Why would you pick Ayuk half a season above Ibuka? So I like that. Was Shakir above him?
I don't think Shakir's gone yet.
Well,
Oh yeah, actually. You know what? No, they got picked in the same round.
So
Shakir-
that's perfect right there.
Shakir went after.
Shakir, Ayuk, Ibuka. What about like fucking Jerry Jeudy?
Yeah, he got picked like a round in front of him.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'd rather have Jeudy than Ayuk. Like Ayuk's trash, man. This dude is
No, I was talking about Egbuka. I said he was the 10-4 is pretty much like the highest that I've seen him get drafted so far.
But that's where he should be going. Like, yeah, he's been going lower. I think I picked him in one of ours.
But do you think? But are you talking dynasty or redraft? Because
No, redraft in best ball, like a redraft best ball.
Okay.
Like I have him probably around 40th overall.
Okay. I don't know how many. I didn't count all the wide receivers, but he went after Olave, Tet McMillan, Jennings, Addison, and Judy. Those were the 5 wide receivers.
I would take all of those over Ibuka, but Ibuka's in that range right after him.
I guess I just see him going so much later, and not so much later, like, but normally it's like, I don't know, anywhere from like the 13th to the 16th round, is where I see him and a couple of other rookies going.
That's a great value.
Yeah, and they don't have a team yet, so I mean, that's
honestly,
why
like I have, let's see, what, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 wide receivers to the next rookie on the board
okay.
after Ibuka.
Uh-huh.
So like I like Downs. I'd rather have Pearsall, Kirk, Mooney, even like a Bateman, Hollywood Brown. Then you have the next wave of rookies, which is like Trey Harris, Higgins, people like fucking Noel, Eo Manor. So no, whoever picked Ibuka in this draft early, I don't hate it, man. I like it. I'm here for
it.
And
that's really what I was gonna ask you is where, just how is that for where you have them? So, and you said it's pretty much right on par, right?
Yeah, honestly, right on par. Like 40th overall, and I'm sure we can count all these receivers, and there's going to be 40 of them.
Yeah. Let's see. Brown 11 said, fun fact, Robert Quinn lives in my town, and his dad is a UPS driver for me. Speaking of NFL criminals, man. It's a throwback. Man, Song's just a shark is what it is. Whenever you're in drafts with him, he's not going to get a bunch of people at good value because he's drafting off his own ADP and people that he wants, you can tell.
Well, that's what I do. I make my own rankings, and that's how I draft. I don't go off of other people's ADPs. Just like in this draft, I know it's Bond. Bond went where?
I mean, he hasn't gone yet.
Yeah, Zach Bond went. I saw his name.
Oh, Zach Bond. Yeah. I thought you said Bond. I thought you were talking about
the IDP. Bond.
Yeah, he fucking went. Well, first off, he went to an Eagles fan. Shout out to Brown 11. And but yeah, number 2 IDP. Right after TJ Watt at the 11.
Number 2 IDP, dude. That's way too early for Bond.
At the 11-12, though, here's the thing, and I don't think that is too early for him.
That is way too early for him.
I really don't.
Over Roquan, Alukin, Franklin. Come on, man.
Franklin's the only one that I would say that they're interchangeable at 1 and 2. But yeah, that's it. But before I think I'm finally rubbing off enough on a lot of people that like they're picking IDP in the 8th round, 9th round. I'm like, dude, just wait.
Exactly. Wait. Look, so I in my draft that I'm in, the Simpsons, I drafted Bond in the 13th round, and I thought that was early. I was thinking I could wait on him another round, but I'm like, no, I don't want him to fall because this guy is good. He's that good.
What up, Devo?
Zach Bond is my second after TJ Edwards. I also have Al Shazier and Derwin James and Brian Burns.
Nice.
So that right there, and we're going into what, the 19th round.
Okay. There goes Buddha Baker. Just from where he is, though, just being with the Eagles, barring injury, I don't see why he doesn't repeat a similar type of season.
No, he's gonna exceed last season because he was.
That's what I'm saying. So, I mean, why wouldn't he? Why he is?
Yes, take a chance.
I think that him and Zaire Franklin are number 1 and 2, and people can pick whoever the fuck they want at 1 and 2. I think Zaire Franklin's 1A and Zach Bond's 1B, and really because we haven't seen it for as many years as we've seen Franklin do it. But I don't think Franklin, their offense is taking a step up, and they got rid of EJ Speed. So I see a big season for Franklin, as well. Those are my 1A and 1B at the IDP. For IDP 1, 2,
You got to
3.
put Roquan Smith up there too.
That's the thing. I hate doing it. I did this last year where I had Roquan at number 7. He still didn't finish number 7. He's a victim of circumstance. Like the reason why he doesn't finish as a top guy anymore, like the top guy, is because his offense is so good. That's what screws him over. They win the time of possession. And like to be a top tier IDP player, a lot of times you have to play on a team that's usually not that good. Not that good on the offensive side. I think the thing is that this year there was just there was more teams trying to run it against the Eagles, and just Zach Bond was like he was just there in the middle and out in coverage and just literally everywhere. Yeah, lost a lot of Eagles players, and man, really, Nakobe Dean, he's not going to be there for maybe a couple months. I wonder, is it going to be Jeremiah Trotter who ends up, coming in? I don't know if they got anybody to come in and replace. Marco said, who is this? Jackery Croskett Merritt? I don't fucking know. Is that someone else who's on the trending players?
What's crazy to me is Flacco was taken before David Njoku when you get 2 points for a tight end premium.
Yeah.
And the way the
actually it's actually 2.5.
Yeah, so the way the scoring setup is Joe Flacco is that chuck it and fuck it, or what did I say earlier? Fuck it and chuck it type of player.
Mm-hmm.
And in this format, that's not the type of player you want on your team because you're going to get negative points like per incompletion and interception and all that. But like Njoku, he was a top scorer in this format. So I don't understand why Njoku's fallen this far in the 14th round.
Probably just because of not having a quarterback or a solidified quarterback or not knowing who the quarterback is going to be.
It's going to be Flacco. Like,
we assume that, yeah. But until literally just right now, like we did, I don't know, what was that, a couple days ago? We didn't really know. Shout out to Hollywood. What up, Hollywood?
Say goodbye. Say goodbye to Hollywood. Say goodbye.
Say goodbye to Hollywood.
Man, me and Hollywood are going to link up sometime this week because he's coming to Vegas for WrestleMania. Yeah.
Nice. Oh, we're going to see Stone Cold come back.
Dude.
He's going to put the stunner on the Rock.
Man, Stone Cold's going to be at the Hall of Fame. And like now I almost want to get tickets to the Hall of Fame just because he's going to be there.
This is the second time being inducted?
Well, no, not being inducted. I don't know what the hell it is. It's for like, I don't know, a Hall of Fame epic moment or some shit, and it's gonna be
a match like the match you had with Bret Hart.
Yeah, with him and Bret Hart. That's what the moment is that's getting inducted or something. I don't fucking know, but only if they gotta lower the tickets. Like they're so expensive. Even the cheapest tickets right now, I think they got lowered to like $130 before all their fees and shit.
So I'm looking at Njoku. He got picked at 14-8.
Yeah.
Right? I took him with my last pick at 12-2.
Okay. That's still not that far apart.
That's where I value him.
Players.
Well, I don't even think he's a bench player. I think Njoku is going to be put into your starting lineup almost at least 7-8 times this year. That's
probably
half of the times. Because if look at him in this format, he scored 20 some points, 24, 17, 30, 33, 39, 27, 20, 29, like 16. Like those are going to be put in your lineup every week in a best ball.
Yeah.
And I just said, 7 weeks that he scored over 20 points.
And I guess for me, no matter what, I mean, like you said, I'm not trying to draft off of other people's ADPs, but I am trying to get the players for the cheapest that I can, no matter what. That's
Yep.
that's all the crazy game that we play and seeing how far you can push players off.
Yeah, you got tier based. Like put them
Yeah.
in tiers.
Yeah.
And then see if you can get the lowest guy in your tier at the best value.
Yeah, Crispy Hall of Fame's on my bucket list. You talking about the WWE Hall of Fame or which Hall of Fame you talking about? I've been to the MLB Hall of Fame in Cooperstown one time. And I
Man,
guess it's baseball, not MLB, but
if you want to go to the NFL Hall of Fame, I live like 30, 40 minutes away. We can hook up.
yeah, it didn't weed get legalized over there now?
Oh yeah. Yeah, we can smoke all day, every day.
Nice. Maybe one of these years we'll have to go to the Fantasy Football Expo and we'll just go boss up on people and start fucking giving people stunners and rock bottoms and all those damn rude.
Dude, if we roll in with the 420 crew, we'll fucking we're like 420 crew jerseys and just 20 deep people.
Hell yeah.
We'll run that shit, man. We'll be like, yeah, we're the shit.
That's the only way to do it because there's too many haters over there. So yeah, we got to go talking mad shit. And Browns, I agree with him about Njoku. He's a TD machine. Yeah, I mean he's been doing solid, and he's just he's good enough to stay relevant, but he's not good enough to be like elite. And so he always falls in like that middle fucking tier of players. And because there's no tight end position, by design. And that's why some of these tight ends just fall farther no matter what.
And you got to remember, Cleveland is not drafting a tight end this year. So that means Njoku's job is safe.
Yeah, for sure. What up? Andre said that interview was dope, brother. Thanks, bro. Yeah, that was I'm watching it back and I'm like, fuck, there's some times where I was rambling. I was so fucking delirious in certain times, man. I was like sick with a head cold, and like literally maybe 5 hours later was when I got to New York. I was so fucking dead that I like slept for like 18 hours. Like I was so sick. Luckily it didn't hit me harder until I got into New York. And Trucking with Yeti, what up, bro? What are you thinking of the draft so far? I think it's pretty solid. This one, maybe QBs were getting taken a little bit earlier at certain parts of the draft.
Yeah, I see a lot of value falling.
Yeah. I feel like the running backs always go high in these drafts. And this one, shit, Toyota 1 took Gianti at the 2.5. That's not crazy, but he's usually
that is crazy.
I mean, I feel like once he has a team, we're in a week and a half. We're not going to say that's crazy, but I was just going to say he's going in like the 3rd and 4th round more often than not in these drafts right now.
So what I do a lot of underdog drafts, and it's single quarterback best ball format. And Genty goes maybe 201 to 204.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much where he's going in this draft without the quarterback.
Yeah.
So that, to me, that is a little bit high. Like I'd rather have Nakua over him. I'd rather have Neighbors, Brian Thomas. And then where it hits like the London area, that's where I would consider Genty as a running back.
Yeah. Yeah, I really feel like, and maybe it's a difference in scoring from here to underdog. I just don't like what I see from like the underdog drafts, the way that the ADP is. It seems like it's a lot of it's a lot of Twitter ADP. I don't know if that makes sense.
Is.
Like Twitter inflates certain players' ADP like crazy.
No, I agree. So on underdog, you can do like a 2-person draft. You could do a 3-person draft. You could do a 6-person draft.
Okay.
So what
I thought it's all tournaments.
No. You could do head-to-head.
Okay.
I don't do the tournaments. So like the big dog, little dog, whatever they call them.
Because those are pretty much like impossible to win, right?
Yes. Yeah. So what I do is I do head-to-heads where I join a draft. It's me versus 11 other people. So it's a 12-person draft. And I usually do slow drafts, so it takes me like 2 weeks to finish this draft.
Yeah. How many rounds?
Right now it's 20, But after the NFL draft, it'll go down to 18.
What the fuck? Why less?
Because you have the landing spots and everything. So me knowing my rookies, I always like to do the pre-drafts, and I do as many pre-drafts as I can because I know the talent of these rookie running backs, and I project them certain spots. So I feel like I have an advantage. But I also do these like 2-person drafts when I'm sitting there at night. I'm watching like the Terminator movie, or like Rambo or something like Half Baked, and I'll go on it and I'll look and I'll be like, oh, there's some schmuck that's wanting to do a 2-person draft, so I click on it, and we do a 20-round draft, 2 people, and dude, I draft fucking Brock Bowers in the 3rd, 4th round, like my 3rd pick overall.
Why? You don't even have to do that.
Well, because like there's so much drop off between
I
like
guess
Brock
that's
Bowers. True. So like there's teams where I have Brock Bowers and Trey McBride on a team, but I also have like Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, because like I see what this guy's doing. He's just going off ADP, and I'm going off my rankings, and I'm going top heavy where I want these top guys, and I could backfill my guys later with like a Jonathan Taylor as my number 2 running back. That's crazy, right?
Yeah.
But like he already has like 4 running backs on his team, and Jonathan Taylor is like my 2nd guy off my running backs, and maybe Josh Jacobs would be my like last guy taken, and that's crazy because he's a top 12 guy, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And what up, Joe? He said, facts, after McBride's all shitty tight ends. I mean, fuck.
Yeah.
It's all shitty tight ends. Like, all of them are shitty. Even Brock Bowers. Like,
well, no, I disagree, because I do go after Kittle. Because Kittle is the number 1 wide receiver on his team. He's the number 1 target.
Yeah.
So for a tight end, I do like Kittle in that McBride Bowers tier, and then after that it falls off.
That's why I eliminate the tight end from all my leagues, and we make it just tight end premium, because all tight ends.
I love that. Stuff.
Like there's a lot of times where I'd rather not start a tight end, and like, you know, if we do have the tight end premium, then there's a couple like random guys I might want to start in, like, you know, the not bye weeks, but is it really only a couple guys? Like always, every year, that's it. Just a couple guys. Everyone else you're just using because of lack of options.
Even today, I took David Njoku over TJ Hawkinson in a draft.
Yeah.
Just because I know TJ Hawkinson is going to be the number 3 target and JJ McCarthy quarterback. But then I was like, well, Njoku's the number 2 target behind Judy with Joe Flacco. So I'm like, what's the difference? There's not much of a difference.
Yeah. Quentin Johnston, man.
Fuck that guy.
Every time I see him, I just want to avoid him.
Yeah, that dude has brick hands. People were taking him at like 106, 107 in rookie drafts, like above Flowers.
Who were the wide receivers drafted that year? It was 4 of them in a row. It was Flowers, Addison, and
Worthy.
That it was the year before that.
Was that the year before? Shit.
It was 4 in a row, and I think
look.
QJ was drafted 2nd. I mean, does anybody know? I'm gonna go pull up.
I'm pulling up a draft right now.
It was
shit. Most of these are startups.
So 2023, actually.
Here, I got it. Here we go. 2023. All right. So
they were all drafted in the 20s. Okay, I found it. This is who it was. So it was JSN, then Quentin Johnston, then Zay Flowers, then Jordan Addison. Could you imagine if the
No.
Chargers would have drafted Zay Flowers or Jordan Addison instead of QJ?
Well, that's the NFL draft, right?
Yeah.
Because I remember the fantasy drafts. It went JSN, Addison, Flowers, and then people were reaching on Quentin Johnston. And I'm like, why the fuck are you reaching on Quentin Johnston?
Yeah, Chargers are so dumb. They always figure out a way to mess their picks up.
But if you look at the rookie draft, in the second round, you could have had Rashee Rice in the middle of the second. So that's good value. People that were taken before him, Michael Mayer, bust. Charbonnet, bust. Kendrick Miller, bust. Will Levis, bust. Kincaid, bust. A-Chain went into the first round of that draft. So it went Bijan, Gibbs, A-Chain. Oh, Puka Nacua went in the third round in that draft. That's
third round?
Third round. Puka Nacua was going in the third round. Same with Chase Brown. So those are the rarities that you get in those third round picks. Like this year, I'm looking at Jalen Higgins, possibly, and maybe like a Brayshawn Tootin.
But you're talking about fantasy drafts, though, right?
Yeah, for fantasy football.
Okay, yeah.
And the rookie drafts. Tank Dell went in the third round. Obviously, right now he's not working out, but like there was a time where you could have sold Tank Dell for a first round pick before he got hurt.
You said Sharp's not a bust. Yeah, Charbonnet is not a bust.
Yeah, he is.
Why do you think so?
What does Charbonnet play? Like, not even 50% of the snaps, dude. Like, 30,
I mean, that's not necessarily
32, 49, 22. Yeah, he played like a couple 70.
He was a second round draft pick, though.
But
like, look at guys like Michael Carter, who were drafted in the second round, where like they're relevant for 1 year, and then another guy gets drafted, and then literally nothing. He got drafted behind Ken Walker, and it's like, I don't know. It's not like they went out and got any other running backs or drafted other guys.
But they also have a new coaching staff, so like, who knows who's safe at the running back position?
Yeah, we'll see who they draft.
I mean, there was tons of second. Like, if you just look at draft capital, then Bretton Strange right now should be on your target list because that dude was a second round draft pick. Right now, he's the number one tight end in that offense. So people aren't looking at it like that. Like, go grab Bretton Strange.
He's been going earlier, and I mean, he went a lot earlier in yesterday's draft. He went in the 17th round in this draft. Super good value. Yeah, he said Sharp showed out last year. Yeah.
I mean, there was like 3 or 4 games where he had like 70% of snaps where he did pretty decent.
Yeah, I mean, it was the games when Walker was
he was out, yeah.
Yeah, but let's not forget how good like Walker is. I mean, man, they went like back-to-back years, right? And I guess it wasn't back-to-back years. I think it was 1 year in between where they drafted like Walker in the second round and then Charbonnet in the second round.
Yeah, but like I think Walker was an early second, Charbonnet was a late second the following year. So that tells you a little bit something. And now they have a new coaching staff, so we don't even know if either of these guys are safe.
Yeah, we'll see what they end up doing. I don't know. Walker and Charbonnet have just been too good of like a decent 1-2 punch.
Yeah, it's like a Batman and Robin. Like I love it for NFL purposes, but like for fantasy, they eat into each other.
Yeah. I bet we're gonna get a good year out of Walker this year.
Yeah, I agree. I love
that new
Walker
coaching
this
staff's
year.
gonna run the ball like crazy.
Especially at its value that you're getting them in drafts. Walker is a smash.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I haven't really got my IDP list straight in the eye. Like, I don't know, man. I'm more on the offensive rookie content.
I just hate doing rankings, and like
Yeah,
I want to like
I
force
know.
myself to, but then I just like don't also because it's like so fucking annoying.
Kraft. Oh, I love this question.
Yeah, what do you thoughts on Kraft? I feel like he's great value for best ball. Goes really late. In ours, he goes late for sure, especially because you don't need to start a tight end. Like, I mean, I've seen him sometimes go in like the 20s, rounds, and I mean, he's just like free at that point. At least they don't avoid the tight end. It seemed like Aaron Rodgers for a lot of times would avoid the tight end, but not really the case for Jordan Love.
So I'm gonna name some tight ends that I'd rather have over Kraft,
Okay.
and I'm not gonna include the rookies.
Okay.
All right, so Evan Engram, Mark Andrews, David Njoku, Jonnu Smith, TJ Hawkinson, Sam Laporta, Kittle, McBride, and Bowers. That's only 9.
Yeah.
So that means I have Kraft at 10. But if you added my rookies, I do think Tyler Warren, depending on where he goes, is going to smash in the top 5 to 10. So I'd put Tyler Warren over him. And also, same with Loveland. Like, one of those two are going to go over Kraft.
Joe said Pitts is going super late now. Yeah, Pitts. It's not that Pitts sucks. It's that's Atlanta's scheme with the tight end. I mean, if this was like how they used to scheme with like Tony Gonzalez and shit, that'd be way different. He'd be killing it over there. But it's a really bad system for him to be in. I don't even know why the hell they drafted him at number 4.
Yeah, that's a waste of a talent. Pitts would have been awesome anywhere else. We would still be talking about him as a top 4 dynasty tight end, top 5 in our redraft. It's just even when Penix came in last year, he targeted London 35% of the time, and London also had 40% of the team's air yards.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, where does Pitts land? Because you obviously have Mooney, you have your running back getting at least 10 to 12%. There's just no room for Pitts in that offense.
Yeah, he's an offensive lineman now. I mean, he's just going to be blocking out there a bunch, which he's good at, but we don't get points for blocks, so we don't really care.
So Pitts has like 1 more year on his rookie contract?
I think so.
Maybe 2 if they put the tender on him. That's when I would be looking to buy him, because as soon as he moves to a different offense, I think in a second contract, Pitts is going to be a value where you can buy low on.
Yeah. I'll be right back. I'm going to refill my water.
Cool. All right, so let's see what we got here on the board. We got Christian Watson. Why would you pick Christian Watson? The dude ain't even going to play like the first 9-10 weeks of the season. In a 20th round, like, there's got to be better people than Christian Watson that's going to give you at least 4 or 5 games in your lineup. I like that Dylan Sampson pick a lot. If he goes to the right system in the 20th round, that's going to be a value.
Yeah, and I think Christian Watson got autoed is what it was.
All right, I was going to say that doesn't make sense right there. But yeah, I don't.
Joe said how high we drafted Travis Hunter and redraft expecting him to be a Brown. I want to see where he goes, but is he gonna play? Is he coming out as a wide receiver? Is he coming out as a quarterback? I mean, that makes it different.
That's the thing, man. All right, I have a lot to say about Travis Hunter. He's the most controversial wide receiver slash cornerback that we came out. I mean, we don't know exactly how the NFL is going to use them between wide receiver and cornerback snaps.
Yeah.
Depends on the team. Like say he goes with the Browns.
Well,
You know-
and what Joe said is Brown said that the GM said they want him as a wide receiver.
Well, that's the thing. Like if he goes with the Browns, they already have an elite cornerback, so they don't need him at that position right away. They can maybe use him like 20 to 30% of snaps on defense in like certain packages, right? But then he's going to play like 70 to 80% on offense.
Yeah.
There was a game he had in college where he had 3 receiving touchdowns and an interception. That's unheard of. Like you don't get to do that in high school. He was a Heisman winner. He was a 2-time what's that fucker's name? Paul Hornung, whatever. The award that gives the award for like versatility for like high level performance on both sides of the ball. He was a 2-time winner of that. That's the first time ever anyone's ever won a 2-time award. Out of high school, he was a 5-star recruit.
Brown, I'm not looking forward to it. I was looking at it, dude. It's all fucking light orange and dark orange. Like my brain just can't handle it. Like it already can't.
Yeah, no, I hate that. Like when I'm crossing off players on my list, it just fucking confuses me with the fucking DLs and the tight ends.
Yeah, there'll be some times where I'll just completely skip over tight ends or completely skip over DLs because I think it's like the other. My brain's just like fucking with me. And yeah, just looking at his whole team. That's all it is. DLs and tight ends. What the fuck?
So I do want to have a couple more points on Travis Hunter, man, because I love this guy. And I do hope he is a Brown. As a Browns fan, I am a Browns fan. Yes, I'm sorry. We suck. But for fantasy purposes, I really don't want him to go to the Browns. Then we have to downgrade him.
Yeah.
You know, like.
But what if he goes to a place where they want to use him as a cornerback? And then he would only play the, 10 to 20% of snaps on offense, if anything.
So here's the thing. So I broke it down, and if that's the case, I can still see like 5 targets per game on offense if he plays like 30 to 40% of offensive snaps.
That's a lot of targets for like such
the thing is they're not gonna put him on the field unless they're gonna use him. So I can see that 5 targets per game. So let's say he does get 5 targets per game and he catches like 70% of them. Like that's still 3 catches per game.
That's a lot for a rookie in general, let alone a rookie that's only going to be getting 30 to 40% of snaps.
So look at Marvin Mims. When he played, he only played 30 to 40% of snaps, but he got like 4 targets with those 40% of snaps.
The entire season, though?
No, like a few games here and there.
Rob said, I'm just colorblind. That's all. Yeah, man. That's just click. Oh, man. Yeah. Totally fucks with me.
So let's just say with Hunter, let's say he does catch 3 catches, 70 yards, and a touchdown, right? That's what, 16 points per game. But then you're also going to have games where he gets 20 to 30 yards and no touchdowns. So that's what?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
4 points. So there's that variability that you're going to get if we don't know what he's going to play. But if this dude played 80, 90%, if he was a strict wide receiver, he'd be my 101, and I would take him over Genty.
Yeah. I think a lot of people would if that's what we knew that we were going to get from him. I think it's like this.
So let's cut it in half, though. He's still going to be like, you could put him as a wide receiver 3 or flex, but then he's also going to give you those top 5 week upsides where he's going to give you 20 to 23 points per game.
Yeah.
Once in a while, maybe like let's say 4 or 5 times a year. And then
Okay.
the other 4 or 5 times he's going to get you 0. And then the other 4 or 5 times he's going to get you like 7 points.
Yeah.
It's just that variability. Like, I don't know what like. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is the most confusing prospect that has ever come out that I don't know what to think about.
You know why I think that he's going to be a bust? Because him and Shador, they're coming out kind of like not making fun of NFL talent, but being just like Anthony Richardson. Man, is the NFL even going to be hard, bro? Is the NFL even hard?
Richardson. So
he's the only other person that I remember of recent saying it's not hard.
And then Richardson comes out and throws a 40% completion rate, 50% completion rate. So Wednesday, I have a live Dynasty podcast.
Okay.
Fancy Six Pack.
Uh-huh.
And there is a rookie quarterback where I kind of compare to an Anthony Richardson type. So if you want to tune in, feel free. Or I can just tell you right here, it's Jalen Milroe, dude. Milroe, this dude is such a raw prospect, dude. You're drafting him for his tools and not the fucking polish, dude. Like, he has elite speed. He has the athleticism. Jalen Milroe is like a Malik Neighbors plus. Or Malik
Willis.
Malik Willis.
Yeah.
Where the dude, like, he's not going to hit the field as a rookie unless someone in front of him gets hurt. He's such a raw prospect that we need to wait and see what's going to happen. But he has the tools to be a great runner, just like Lamar Jackson is. Like, I actually compare his best running ability to Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, I mean, it's just his throwing ability wouldn't be really anywhere close, right?
No, he doesn't have the best.
This year's QB class is going to be so bad because Milroe's like QB5. Like, probably going to be drafted as like QB5. Okay, you have about 4. So I have my QB5 right behind yours.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
oh shit, I have him in front of yours for fantasy purposes.
He's probably going to be drafted in the 3rd round.
Now I can see Milroe going in the 1st for some sorry ass team.
What?
Yeah, like some sorry ass. We've seen it before where people like Steelers took Pickett in the 1st round. We've seen Malik Willis go in the early 2nd. Like, I could see some.
No. Malik Willis went in the 3rd.
Did he?
Yeah.
Okay. But anyway, like, fucking Anthony Richardson going in the fucking top 5. Like, what the fuck is that? You're drafting this dude so early. Someone's gonna see Jalen Milroe late 2nd, draft him as a backup. That's what we want. We want him to go in the back half of the draft because we don't want Milroe to start. Because if Milroe starts, he's going to fail.
I think the only 2 that are going in the 1st round are Cam and Shador, and I think Shador is going to drop.
Ooh, I think Dart's better than Shador. I actually like Dart better than Shador, and for fantasy purposes, I put Dart above Cam Ward.
I'm curious where they go. Landing spot means everything because I think Dart's going at the end of the 1st or the early 2nd. And I think someone might jump up to like draft him at the end of the 1st round so they could potentially get that the extra year for drafting him as a 1st rounder instead of a 2nd.
I mean, we got to see what these NFL fucks say because if like Ward goes 1st round, Shador goes 1st, Dart goes 1st, Milroe goes 1st, who the fuck's left? So say the Browns in their 2nd pick want to draft a quarterback. Who's left? Tyler Shuck?
Well, they got Ewers still and fucking.
No, it's Tyler Shuck.
Who?
Tyler Shuck, the 6'5" guy that runs a 4.6 40 time. Dude has a strong arm. He's got wheels. He's a competitor. He has a shot to go somewhere in that 2nd round in the NFL draft. We just have to see how early in the 2nd he goes because what the first round tells us is what the second round, like these second round guys like Tyler, Shuck, and Milrow, Ewers, Will Howard, where the fuck are these guys going to go? They're all backups anyway. They're not starters.
Right. I mean, even Cam and Shador might not be starters.
I was
I
going to say.
I don't think they're ready for it, but it depends on where the hell they go. Because if one of them goes to the Tennessee Titans, they're competing against Will Levis, and that's it. So, you know.
I asked somebody on a podcast, I was like, where do you see Cam Ward being drafted in last year's rookie draft? Dude said 104, 105. I'm like, dude,
what?
I'm like, what? Like, dude, he should be drafted behind Bo Nix.
Yeah.
As a talent. Behind JJ McCarthy. Behind who's that other dude? Penix.
Yeah,
I'm
behind all the top five last year.
In rookie drafts, we would take him last year, end of the second, maybe early third. So why are people taking him at the 103 this year? It doesn't make sense to me.
Nah, it doesn't.
The dude's talent has nothing to do with where we're drafting him. It's the fact that there's position scarcity and people are panicking, saying, I need the top quarterback in this year's draft, so I'm going to take him way too early. I consider him at the 106, 107, but he's going 102, 103. I'm like, that's way too fucking early for me. Fuck that.
Yeah, it really just depends on where he lands, because I really don't want any part of him or Shador. I just feel like you're going to have to draft him way too early, and the payoff's not going to come as soon as we'd want. And I feel like some of these running backs and wide receivers I'd be able to draft instead of them. But it's being on a QB needy team. That's what sucks. It's like it's so hard in Superflex to trade for a QB. Yeah, you really got to find the right trade partner.
I'm out of beer. I need to go get some more. I'll be back in like 10 minutes. Is that cool?
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Sounds good.
Keep bringing them questions in, man, because I want to talk rookies.
Let's go. All right, we'll block him out while he's gone. Mike said if you need a QB that bad, gonna be a waiting game till like 2027. Yeah, because like next year's draft class isn't supposed to be that good either, right? Especially at the QB position. I guess what's tough, people didn't really realize it. It's all these fifth and sixth year QBs that came out like last year. The guys who might have done the red shirting plus the extra year that you got from COVID, and it's just not like that anymore. And like now, it's probably better if guys stay in college longer, like they get paid and then they can develop the extra year, and then you end up just being a little bit better. Like no matter what, more experience is better. Yeah, 26 looks rough for QBs for sure. For the record, this is the first draft I've gone after Eagles players. I believe it. I don't see you necessarily always going after Eagles players. I'll call Homer picks when I see him. I don't think I've called you on Homer picks. Ward was a fifth-year guy. Okay. I didn't know that he redshirted because he wasn't there during COVID, right? Well, I guess it could have been because of COVID. I don't know. But yeah. What do you guys think about how the JUCO numbers aren't going to make a difference anymore? So like someone could play like 2 years at JUCO and that doesn't mean shit. Doesn't count towards their eligibility. Because it seems like that would just be the thing to do, to like go play at JUCO for like 2 years and like ball out as much as you can, and then like enter the player portal or whatever and try to get an agent or something. Like I don't even know like how it works, but it seems like that would be the best. And then you'd be going in pretty much with like your first year of eligibility, but you already got 2 years of college experience under your belt. I mean, it Might not be that cool playing in JUCO, but if you could dominate, like, sure that shit would help. I know you didn't call me out on it, but I got Hurts, Brown, Devonta Smith, 2 IDP. Nice. Played 2 years at Incarnate. Well, word 2 at WSU and then 1 at Miami. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess that's something that I wasn't even that I never even really tracked for him was his just his route, because now, I mean, shit, guys aren't staying on the same team. Like, guys are just moving around. What up, Zach? He said you get them 2 more years of bagging them on campus. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But that age will hurt their draft value. It's comical listening to the experts acting like a 22, 23-year-old is so old. Yeah, but I swear even like Najee was like 23 or something when he came out. And it depends on what position you play for sure. Like, I mean, at running back, it's not going to do you any good like going to JUCO. Like, you got to be making your way, like, your route, as fast as possible. But I don't know, as a wide receiver, like, that shouldn't be that bad. I mean, wide receivers are playing into their 30s. If you're a defensive players are playing into their 30s. Quarterbacks are playing into their 30s. You want to get guys as young as possible, but you also want guys that are able to convert at the next level. Agreed. Need more QB development before the NFL. I think QB play would improve. Yeah, because it's so shaky on so many teams right now. Feel like taking a risk with McCarthy as my number QB 2. I just have a good feeling. Yeah, I'd be nervous about having JJ as the number 2 right now. He's got an interesting story. Was a 0-star recruit out of high school. That's pretty fucking interesting. 0-star recruit out of high school, and he might be the 101 in the NFL draft. I mean, that's, no matter how you shape it out, that's got to feel good. Played in the wing T and in the wing T and threw 11 passes a game, dude. My cousin played at like a D3 college at where the fuck did he go? Menlo College in Northern California. I think it was right outside of San Jose or something. And I remember it was like their homecoming game or something when they were seniors. It was an excuse for me just to go up there. And so we go watch his game, and then, we're exploring San Fran and all types of shit. And I just remember they played against, I think it's a wing T offense where it's pretty much like a triple option on like every single play. It's like fake, QB runs it or QB throws it, or it's like hand off to the first guy, or fake and then hand off to the second guy. But like, no matter what, it's like either hand it off, fake, or fake, hand it off, fake, or fake, hand it off, or fake, run or throw. It's like, just, I don't even know how teams would do it. I don't even know why you would do it, because even if it does work at that level, it's not helping anybody for the next level after that. And it can't be fun. It just doesn't seem fun. So exactly, just like Army versus Navy used to be. Like, that does not sound fun at all. Like, that sounds like real shitty football. I just remember my cousin was loving it because he played middle linebacker, and he had like 25 tackles or something that game. It was like every single play he was getting a fucking tackle on that play, because they ran it like fucking seemed like 50 times in the game or some shit like that, maybe more. That shit is ridiculous. Whew. Might be time to get a song going here. See what we got. How about this? Because I mean, he was solid at the U. And he seems like the guy that can translate, but I just know he doesn't do good against press coverage. That's all I was saying. Just like, man, like Keon Coleman, dude, he sucks against press coverage. And that really hurts these guys, because when you get to this next level, you're going to see a lot of press. You're going to see a lot of man-to-man. I mean, it's not like teams don't run zone, but, there's just a lot of manning up that happens. And if you could bully guys at the line, I mean, shit, we've seen guys like Justin Jefferson, and he was a little younger and getting bullied like at the line. He's a pure slot. Yeah. Yeah, and I think it's like the 3rd round projection that he's got, like right now. Let's see. Yeah, 3rd or 4th round projection. And what was his 40? Yeah, I mean, see, his 40 was slow, right? I mean, he's just, bigger body guy. I mean, 4.83. But he's also like 5'10", like 210 pounds. So it's just a little bit of a different build than some of these guys. All right. Let's see what other songs we got on here. A+ as a blocker. Okay. Yeah. Can the NFL draft just hurry up and get here already? Like, I'm so curious to see what teams these guys go to. Really wish it was here already. We got to wait another week and 3 days. I'll be here and I'll be live streaming for round 1 for sure. And probably for round 2. I don't know if I'll be there for the whole round 2 and 3. It's just going to be a long time. So, or at least it seems like a long time. But I'll be here for all of round 1 for sure. And then a portion of day 2. So many running backs going to get drafted too. Yeah. Very curious to see what teams swoop up on these early running backs. Because this is probably going to be the year of the running backs as far as like, I mean, there's going to be a lot drafted higher than normal. And yeah, we're going to have a bunch of wide receivers. Quarterbacks are going to be weak, I feel. Like it's going to be a running back wide receiver year. Yeah, because I really do think that Shador falls. How far? I have no idea. But it's definitely I really feel like he's gonna fall. Okay. All right, and we need to get some people in tomorrow's draft. Here's the Tuesday draft, 6 p.m. West Coast time. It's the Jurassic Park edition, Jurassic Park division. Moni said, "Great draft, guys. Hell yeah, been a solid draft." I like Shador in real life, not fantasy dream though. Yeah. I mean, he might not even play the first year, so no matter what, for fantasy, the guys who play the first year are always going to make a bigger impact on our teams. At least for this next year. I mean, who knows what the future brings? Who knows what the future brings? If you guys want to get into a dynasty draft, I am hosting them. I have a handful of drafts that are going to be filling right now that are going to be starting up after the NFL draft. I feel like the Superflex drafts will be filling up faster than everything else. I'm gonna hop on that dynasty. Perfect. So the one that's gonna fill the fastest is gonna be the $30 dynasty. It's a $30 super flex offense only. There's also a $55 one. And a $75 one, and then a single QB 30 and 55, and then a super flex IDP 30 and 55. All right, Mike, you'll get the first grade tonight. All right, let's get another song going.
Yo, what's up? Right now, this is Mac Miller with my homie Tree J. You know what I'm saying? It's 420. Pip Jar, baby. Get me fucked up, high as hell. Right now, so much weed in my lungs.
Many
I'm
more.
really high. It's like a fucking movie, except I can't see because I'm so high. Thank you,
Flex,
Tree J, for this bomb-ass weed.
super flex IDP best ball. All right, Brown, you'll be second. Yeah, I'm going to keep doing the best ball ones for the Savages. And people just got to know they're going to fill slower. So join, just knowing you're going to have to wait for a little bit, but it'll fill eventually. Because the regular ones are going to fill faster and the cheaper ones are going to fill faster, like I already know. But I feel like the people who join the $55 ones, who join the best ball ones, I feel like whoever joins those ones, they'll be ones and ready to stay. What up, Song? All right, trekking with a Yeti. All right, you'll be third. You'll be after Brown 11. All right, Toyota 1, you'll be after. So trucking with a Yeti, that is OG Yeti 93 on Sleeper. Okay. All right, Crispy said drop the clock in 64. Thanks for the help, Crispy. What round are we in? We get to round 20? Yeah, okay. And it's on Crispy to pick. Thanks for letting me know while you were on the clock. Changed. Ah, dang it. It's dumb in the Sleeper app. If you click picks on accident, it like gets rid of the whole bottom screen. You have to like shut down the app and everything. Okay, Boondocks, you will be after Toyota 1.
Don't impress me. Weed gonna knock me in the next week. Weed just trying to get jet skied. My bong with ice but no Gretzky. You trying to get high with me. Travel 30,000 feet into the sky with me. Smoke till you feel like you gonna die with me. I got sour kush and all kinds of weed. Come fly with me. I can sing, I just find a key. And he know where all the vinyls be. So he be making all kinds of beats. And when I find my tree, I'ma roll it up. Never ever gonna sober up. If you wanna come show some love, just smoke my drugs.
All right, we're getting down to the nitty gritty. Last round. Lock in your handcuffs. Uh-oh, we got another trade. This one, side A, Xavier Worthy.
X gon' give it to you. What?
Mike Evans, that's side A. Side B, Chris Godwin, and this year's rookie 103. Okay. Actually, before these grades, I got to go drain the main vein and refill my water. Be much more relaxed. Okay. I'll be right back. And let's see. We got Mike, that's MN Digger, and then Brown 11. OG Yeti, Toyota 1, and Boondocks. Ask for the grades. Anybody else wants a grade, make sure you throw it in there. Throw in a comment. And I'll be back in like 2 minutes. This might have been the championship draft. There we go. And Song, he said, nice interview, Hess. I have to rewatch it. I appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. All right. I think that was Jamie back. But we'll see if I don't think he's there now. We'll see if he comes back. All right. So MN Digger first. Where was he? Oh, now to the number 1 spot tonight. Let me zoom in. Okay, we got Josh Allen.
Wild Stallions!
QB's first. Josh Allen, Jared Goff, Aaron Rodgers. Any late ones? Winston, O'Connell, Levi's. No style points, really. The QBs, I mean, Josh Allen's an A for sure. Goff is like a B. Rodgers is like a C+ to me. I feel like this would be ranging. I'm gonna give it a B+. I'm not gonna say Rodgers is gonna drop the starters that much because he wouldn't even be a starter. He's like the third. And bench. RBs, Derrick Henry, Kamara, Chuba in the starters, and Spears also in the starters. I'm going to say a B for those running backs. Wide receivers, Nico, Flowers, Myers, Shakir. I'm also going to say a B for those wide receivers. IDP, Caden Ellis, Jordan Brooks, Winfield, Branch, Quincy, man, super solid start on the top 5. Jeremy Chin, Cam Taylor Britt, Kassan Nixon, Henry H2O, and Harrison Smith. Man, that is super solid. Bench included. I'm going to say a B+ for the IDP. Really well-rounded and good amount. Bench offense. Rico Dowdle, J.K. Dobbins, Kate Otten, A.J. Barner, Justice Hill, Michael Wilson, Troy Franklin, De'Ami Brown. Oh, and I think I skipped Quentin Johnson and Wan'Dale Robinson. Probably skipped them on purpose there. I think that I'm gonna give the bench a C+. So all in all, this would be B+ at QB, B and B at wide receiver, B+ for IDP, and then C plus for the bench. Yeah, I feel like it's evening out somewhere between a B and a B plus, and I'm gonna say it's an 87 overall out of the one spot. Marco, appreciate you, brother. Said good night. Need to go to bed over here, 5 a.m. Man, appreciate you, brother. All right, 87 overall. Let's see. Brown 11. I think all the way at the end, right? At the other end of the book. And here we go. QBs. Hurts and Tua. Flacco also in there. Cousins. And no others. Okay. Because of lack of depth, I'm gonna say B plus. Lack of depth at the top, I'll say B plus. Dang it. Mike said he lost the. Yeah, I don't know what happened on Facebook. The live stream just stopped. All right. Okay, so B plus for the QBs. Running backs. Brees Hall, James Cook, Hampton. That's it in the starters. I'm gonna say a B, but a very solid B there. Wide receivers: AJ Brown, Devonta Smith. This is what you were talking about. Yeah, man, you went all Eagles. Crispy said Facebook is ass. You ain't lying, Crispy. So AJ Brown, Devonta Smith, Waddle, Olave, Pittman. I feel like I'm gonna give that a B. A B also. I like some pieces of it. Too solid to be a B minus. Yeah, we'll give that a B. IDP. Zach Bond, Okereke, Devin Lloyd, Kirby Joseph, N'Kobe Dean, Mad Buki, Cooper DeJean, McDuffie, Byron Young, Zach Allen, DeMarcus Lawrence, DeMarcus Lawrence, Sane Ristilli, Reed Blankenship, Jermaine Johnson. Yeah, dude, you got a lot of Eagles on this squad. That's for sure. Let's see. Pretty solid for the IDP. Just giving it another once over, because I feel like it's a B plus or a B, and since I'm in the habit of grading it tougher, we'll just grade that a B. The bench now. Where's the bench kicking at? Bench kicks in at Warren. Okay. Rookie wide receiver. Mason, Caleb Johnson, Harris, Kraft, Golden. You got a lot of the top rookies. That's for sure. Neal, Okonkwo, and AJ Dillon. I'm gonna give that a B minus for the bench. So let's see. All in all, what did it end up being? So B plus for the QBs, B for the running backs, B for the wide receivers, B for the IDP, and then B minus for the bench. So all in all, All in all, I think that's going to be just a hair above, right in the middle of a B. I'm going to say an 86 overall. 86 overall for this one. And Brown said, "This is fantasy, right? That's why I took so many rookies." Oh, I didn't say it was a bad thing. I mean, I said you got a lot of dope rookies on the squad. Because yeah, like dude, you were able to get Harris. You were in no. This isn't Dynasty. This is redraft. This is redraft. But no, that's what I'm saying. You still got a lot of the good ones: Harris, Golden, Caleb Johnson, Neal. I mean, I'm curious where these guys are gonna go. And who is next after Brown? It's OG Yeti. Let's see. Here he goes. First draft with us. And QBs, Bo Nix and McCarthy. Dart. Milton. And the lower QBs don't really make too much of an impact on the grade one way or the other. If you draft a lot of handcuffs, I do put that into play for style points. I think I'm gonna say a B minus for the QB. So Bo Nix is like a B to me, and and JJ McCarthy is like a C plus to me. So it'll average out to a B minus for those guys. RBs, Bucky, Chase Brown, Montgomery. That's it. I think I'm giving that a B for the running backs, and JJ, Adunze, Sutton, Tet McMillan, Jonnu Smith, and the sophomore McMillan. I'm gonna give that a B as well. Jefferson and Dunze bringing the average up there for these guys, but yeah, solid B. And where's the IDP kick in at? Roquan Smith, nice. Jesse Bates, nice. Alex Singleton, David, and Van Noy. That's a pretty solid top 5. Probably could have got Van Noy a lot later. Drake Greenlaw, Stingley, JC Horn, Dorian Williams, Trevin Wallace. Damn, Trevin Wallace. I hope he's not a waste of a pick because I have him in a bunch of dynasty leagues. But yeah, the guys that they brought over seems like he might not end up getting that much playing time. Like we'll see. I think I'm gonna give that a B for the IDP. And how many guys did you get? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect amount. I mean, hopefully Wallace does play more than I think. And then the bench. Where's the bench kicking at? Song, you'll be after Boondocks. Let me see. Where the hell is the bench kicking at? Oh, it fell for the bait, man. Rashad Bateman, Scatabo, Gesicki, Harvey, Pierce, Damian Pierce, Restrepo, Butte, Madison, Noah Gray, Tutu Atwell. It's either a B minus or a C plus, and usually when I give a range, I just grade it down. I just always grade everyone a little bit tougher, so we'll say a C plus for the bench, and all in all, what this end up being? So it was B minus for the QBs, B for the running backs, B for the wide receivers, B for the IDP, and then a C plus for the bench. So let's see. So all in all, this was still very solid, and I think this is just going to be a hair below middle of the B, and I'm going to say this is an 83 overall here. 83 overall. Shout out to OG Eddie. And Toyota won next, then Boondocks, then Song. All right, there we go. There's Boondocks. QBs: Burrow, Darnold, Richardson. Man, someone had to get Richardson, and had to be you, right? So I think I was going for some best for some guys who could do decent for meatball for best ball. Yeah, and seeing like I guess it's always been like an inside joke that like the better I grade you, the worse you're gonna do. Like the guys who get graded an F, those are the teams that are gonna like actually do good. Because you never know. Like some of these guys, the guys that are like best ball like type of players, we never really know how they're gonna work out. But yeah, thanks for joining, bro. And I got a draft going every single day. So for Boondocks, Burrow, Darnold, and Richardson. Any other QBs? Okay. Style points with Danny Pesos. And any others? Sam Howell and Browning. Full style points. So if you draft the backup for all of your players, I automatically bump it up one level. Oh, wait. Yeah, sorry. Hold on. I totally skipped that. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Yeah, Toyota one, you're up. Thanks. I don't know what happened there. All right. We're coming back to you, Boondocks. Because, Toyota one was before you. All right, here we go. Jordan Love and Mayfield, Shadur in the 11th. He's kind of been dropping in these drafts too, huh? Because I remember at one point him and Cam were getting drafted like 8th, 9th, 10th round. And then like even now, Shadur is going a little bit lower. Spencer Rattler, Ewers. I'm going to say... I'm going to say a B for the QBs. RBs, Gibbs and Gianti and Charbonnet. No others? No. This one's kind of tough. It's either a B plus or a B, so I'm going to grade it tough, and we're going to grade it down to a B. Wide receivers: Evans, Godwin, Xavier Worthy.
X gon' give it to you. What?
Kittle, Kelsey. I would say a B for them as well. IDP: Franklin, Sherwood, Warner, Wagner, Van Ginkel. Really, really top heavy. Joker from the Browns: Cashman, Morig, Jalen Thompson, Chauncey Gardner, and Overshown all the way at the end. How would I grade this one? I'm gonna say a B plus. Very close to an A though. That's what I was debating on if this was an A, but no, it's gonna be a B plus for the IDP. And then bench. Ben Strange, Kareem Hunt, Dubs, Sampson, Estime, Bond, Isaiah Bond, Horton Here's a Who, Yoshivas, P. Ryan, Juwanna Man Johnson. I think that it's going to be a B minus for the bench. Yeah. Okay. And so all in all, what is that? It was a B for the QBs, a B for the wide receivers, a B for the running backs, B for the wide receivers, B plus for the IDP, and then a B minus for the bench. Huh. All in all, what would that be? That would be I mean, it's really right around the B range. And I think this is a 84. Yeah. All right. Now on to Boondocks. There we go. Sorry for getting out of order there. So Burrow, Darnold, and Richardson, but you got the handcuff for each of them as well. And I was gonna say a B minus, but now with having every single handcuff as well, we're gonna say a B. Running backs, Mixon, Judkins, and Pollard. Ooh. I'm gonna say a C plus for the running backs. Wide receivers and pass catchers, Puka Bowers, Trey McBride's nice. Terry McLaurin and Raheed Shaheed. I think that's going to be. I think I'm going to have to give that one an A, especially with the tight end premium here. I mean, Puka Bowers and Trey McBride's super solid and top heavy there. And then IDP snatched up Buda Baker. Nick Bolton, Brian Burns, Tremaine Edmonds, Tyrese Knight, Jermaine Pratt, Demario Davis, Marlon Humphrey, Kaiser White, Alex Highsmith, and Peyton Wilson. Let me see how many you got here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, you got 11. Yeah. I am going to say, let me give one more look over. I mean, the top 5. I mean, you might have been able to get Tyrese Knight a little bit later. But like some of the guys that you got like immediately after that with Jermaine Pratt, Demario Davis. I think that it's either a B plus or a B, and I'm gonna grade it down to a B. And then the bench. Where's the bench kicking at? Thielen, Ford, Jalen Wright, Miller, Lloyd, Keaton Mitchell, and Slayton. It's not really too top heavy at all. It's either between a B minus and a C plus, and we're grading everything down, so it's a C plus. And so let me see. So what the hell was this? It was a B. Did I say C? Did I say a C plus for the running backs? I think I said a C plus for the running backs, and then a B, an A for the wide receivers, pass catchers, and then I said, did I say? I said B. Yeah, a B for the IDP, and then it was a C plus for the bench. I think it was. So all in all, how does that shape this out? I mean, the wide receivers and pass catchers bring it up a lot. I mean, that's like half of your offense right there. Yeah, the running backs being down kind of hurt. I'm going to say that this is right around the 85 range. Is the 85 overall for me? And Crispy said, just give him his F. I know. Starting to feel myself getting a little bit tired. You know what I had crispy right before this? Crispy crunchy chicken, and like I'm gonna go throw some in the air fryer right after this, and we're gonna eat some more. But I'm probably gonna go into a food coma after all these bowls. Song was next. Let's see. Hey, JD5 on it.
I got 5 on it.
JD5 on it in Fields. It's gonna be a B minus. Maybe a nah. It's because of Fields and only 2. Got to give it a B minus. Running backs: Kyren, Connor, Trey Henderson. Is it Trey Henderson? What's his first name? Travion Henderson. Let's call him Trey Henderson. Makes it easier. What happened in the 69, Crispy? That's what your score is?
69, dudes!
And I'm gonna give it a B minus for the running backs. I'm gonna give the wide receivers. Hey, I mean, that's where I see I'm gonna be grading up here. Well, Rice was kind of early. Why'd you take Rice so early? Higgins, Rice, Debo, Jennings, and Egbuka. You got a lot of quantity there. I'm gonna say a B because of the quantity. Not super top heavy. IDP, Foyo Lacoon, Henley, Bernard, Pace, Alshire, Cooper, McFadden, Bynum, Dodson, Bullard, Tavai, Pitry, McDonald. You got a lot of decent IDPs. I mean, a lot of good ones. I mean, your first 3, you were on fire. Kind of slowed down a little bit. It's either a D plus, it's either a B plus or a B. So I just always ground it down. So we're gonna round that down to a B. And bench. Where's your bench kicking at? Ingram, Allen, Guarendo, Ertz, likely Komet, Higgins, Giddens, Tootin. What's his first name? Bayshul Tootin. We'll just call him B Tootin. It's way easier. B Tootin. And Blue, here my boy Blue. And what up, Jamie? Dude, I think you like jumped back in when I was taking a piss and I hadn't got back out yet. And then by the time I was out, I like heard you say something and then like you were just gone. But we're almost done anyways. I'm getting tired and gotta go eat some of this crispy, crunchy chicken. I'm gonna say, I mean, it's a decent bench, but also you put it. I'm gonna say a B minus. It's got enough to get me to a B minus. Nice. So let's see. What is this? We got B minus, B minus, B, and then B minus. I'm gonna say you're right in that 84 range as well. Very solid. All right. And then Crispy is last. Last and very, very least, we got Crispy, Lamar, May, and Gino. Cooper, Rush, and Dobbs. I'm going to say a B plus for the QBs. Running backs, Walker and Brian Robinson.
Caught a bullet in his bubble goose. He caught a bullet in his bubble goose. You can be at the party getting loose, but you can catch a bullet in your goose.
And Rashad White also. I'm going to say B minus on that. Wide receivers, Brian Thomas, McConkey, DJ, I want to score more. Jerry Jeudy and Darnell Mooney. No, yeah, Darnell Mooney would also be in there. I'm gonna say B plus also. I don't think I can give this an A, but I'm gonna give it a B plus. And IDP. Luvu, he got in the zone.
Get in the zone.
Anal zone. Josie Jewell, Hendrickson, and Julian Love, very solid. Nick Benito, solid. Rosenboom, solid. I hope Cody Barton is solid over there with Tennessee. I hate the landing spot for him. And Kyle Duggar, very nice in the 33rd. I'm giving it a B plus. How many guys did you end up picking? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, you got to 9. There you go. I didn't have to grade you down because of that. B plus. Bench. Javante, Bigsby, Mims, Mostert, Wicks, Ray Davis, Roshan Johnson, Kenny Gainwell, Taysom Hill, MVS, Royals, and Jake Bobo. I like the bench. I'm gonna give it a B minus. I was debating on a B. It was either a B or B minus, and we got to grade it down anyway. So B minus. Let's see, how does this shape out? We got a B plus. We got a B minus. We got a B plus. We got a B plus. We got a B minus. And what is that for Crispy? It's a big fat D, a big old 69.
69, dudes!
There we go. You the man, Crispy. But a big fat D for your grade. Give him the D. Pause. All right, here we go. Last part of the show. We're rolling the credits before we get out of here. I appreciate you guys. Oh. What up, Jamie? What up, Jamie? All right, I didn't think you were coming back, but I rolled the credits. Appreciate all you guys.
Yeah, I just wanted to come back and say Crispy gets a big fat F minus.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Crispy. Every draft you're in, you get an F.
Yep. Appreciate you for coming through, Jamie. I'm about to go mac on some of these chicken fingers from Crispy Crunchy Chicken.
Oh yeah, dude. Appreciate all you guys at the 420 Hustler. You guys are awesome, man. Always love talking to you guys in the chat.
Hell yeah. And what's your what's the live stream that you're doing on Wednesday?
Oh, it's some bullshit, dude. Like, it's better just to watch after it's already live, so you can just fast forward to my parts. But it's at Fantasy Six Pack. At the Fantasy Six Pack, we do a live show every Wednesday for a Dynasty podcast. Tomorrow we're doing quarterbacks and we're doing a live rookie mock draft. So if you want to tune in, just come in the chat, give me some support, man. Just be like, "What up, Jamie?"
Yeah, we got to get you over here doing a Dynasty show with me, just talking over, because you said they just cut you off and you don't even talk that much over there. We got to get you over here doing a show so you can actually give your thoughts.
Yeah, actually, I did a breakdown, and I'm only like 27% of the show where I actually talk. And what skewed it was like a 6-minute thing on Burden, because I did a long segment on Burden, but the other ones were like 2 minutes. 30 seconds, 40 seconds. So I'm only talking for like a tiny bit of time.
We got to get you over here and do a Dynasty show over here in addition to that one.
Hell yeah, let's do it. Let's work that in the background.
Yeah, let's plan that out. All right. We'll see you guys tomorrow. We got another draft tomorrow. It's a Jurassic Park edition. You do not want to miss this one. It's going to be bigger and better. And yeah, we're going to, more we keep moving on, the more newer people that we're going to get in here as well. So it's getting fun and getting more fun. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.
Peace.
Defense on me.
I don't want them to gain another yard.
You blitz all night. If they cross the line of scrimmage, I'm going to take every last one of you out. You make sure they remember forever the night they played the Titans.